watching Weasel News.
Joey Solis and Donald O'Hagan, appearing on behalf of Adam Payne.
Sorry. No, you're good. And the respondents, please, can you just raise and state your name for the record?
Kyone Cohen.
I would like to plead the fifth.
No, not yet. Go ahead.
Reginald Sinclair.
Thank you. You can be seated. All right. Are both parties prepared for opening statements?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sure, yeah.
And the plaintiff?
I don't think you heard your plaintiffs.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed with your opening statement.
All right. Today we are here to determine. Well, I wouldn't say determine. We already know that they're slandering my client. They have no proof. They're spreading all these lies, and it can't stand. Thank you.
Okay. And the respondent?
If it pleases the court, would you sue a man for defamation for calling a tortoise slow? Would you sue him for calling a giraffe tall? Would you sue for calling a man? Oh, would you sue a man for calling a cop corrupt who takes bribes? The only thing me and my sensei, two upstanding citizens, are guilty of is having the courage to speak out and stand up to the higher powers' wrongdoings and being prepared for the repercussions that lay ahead in doing so. If the court allows this to go through, they'll be setting a detrimental precedent that the PD is not only untouchable, but unable to be looked into, unable to be spoken about in anything other than a positive light, regardless of their actions. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. If the plaintiff would like to call their first witness or submit their first piece of evidence, that'd be fantastic.
We would like to call Mr. Cohen to the stand.
Sure, I'd love to. Oh, but
Can you raise your left hand or both your hands? All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes,
All right, it's been
if
sworn
it
in.
pleases the court.
It should please the court, yes. It's been sworn in.
The plaintiff can proceed with their line of question.
Am I one of the lawyers? No.
Hello, Mr. Cohen.
Hello.
So I have a couple simple questions for you.
All right.
Do you remember sending some text messages about a bribe?
To when? Who?
I can read them, but they were posted in the evidence. If you want to look at the doc, let me know when you're there. Please.
All right, I got them up. Yeah.
All right, you see those text messages? Can you confirm that it was you that sent those messages?
Which one's in the first evidence?
And the first one.
Yes, I believe I sent them to a Joey Solis.
Can you read those messages for me?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, it's me, the guy who was witness to Adam Payne's heinous acts of corruption by accepting a bribe. Since I imagine you'll be leading this case, I thought I should give you this invaluable and irrefutable piece of evidence that should help you bring this criminal down. Do you want me to read
And then, you mind looking at the describing the picture? Or
Oh, absolutely. So that's my hand holding money. That was before I met Adam Payne. And then after Adam Payne and the bribe, my hand being empty of money because of the bribe.
right, okay. And then let's go to the second screenshot. You mind
All right.
you mind reading those messages for me that you sent?
All right, yeah. So after his response, a few days later, I sent, he's not even hiding it anymore. And then I sent a picture of Adam Payne's book, No Pain, No Gain, The Art of the Bribe by Adam Payne.
Okay, all right. And then about 20 minutes to a half hour ago, do you mind reading out the tweet you sent out?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Hey, court case of the century happening soon. Adam Payne versus the people. Corrupt cop versus upstanding citizens. Hashtag blessed.
All right, sit tight for me 1 second while I confirm.
Whew.
Your Honor, plaintiff requests evidence to be accepted on the grounds that they've just been testified to for the validity. These would be the 2 text messages as well as the tweet. The validity of sender has testified to them sending all of the alleged items.
And court notates and accepts it into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cohen, real quick. Remember you're under oath, right? You know what that means?
That means if I lie, you're gonna be real mad at me.
Well, I'm not. The judges.
Oh, I thought that was the. Sorry, I have trouble.
All right, Mr. Cohen. So I have a question.
Yep.
Who else did you discuss this with?
I mean, oh man, this could be detrimental to them. What if this was to put them in danger?
No, nobody would. Why would anybody be in danger?
Well, Adam Payne's been known to cover up his wrongdoings.
Your Honor, there's no objection from the defendant in this case. We'd ask the courts to require the witness to answer the question.
Mr. Cohen, you'll be required to answer the question outlined by the plaintiff.
All right.
If you'd like them to repeat it, you can definitely ask them to repeat the question.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. How many and who are the people that you told? Did you get it?
Sorry. Yes, I am. I'm just trying to recollect.
Is it that long of a list, huh?
I don't. I don't remember names off the top of my head all the time. I contacted. A private two private investigators.
All right, 2 private investigators. Anybody else?
Man, it's been so long ago. I don't really recall any other names. Maybe I did in passing, but
all right. How
it's hard to say.
about this? How about this? How about how many people did you tell?
How many? Oh my gosh. Definitely 2. Oh wait, not including my sensei, obviously, because he was a part of it.
You're telling me-
No, 3, because obviously Joey Solis as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody else? You never tweeted about it or discussed it amongst anyone else?
Possibly. I can't really remember. It's possible, I mean, I've just been bribed. Yeah, maybe.
And I'm sure you have proof of this bribe, correct?
The proof being the money out of my pocket. Yeah.
Right, but is there proof of this? Is what I'm asking you. Cold, hard facts. Proof.
I mean, how do you prove an absence of something? How do I prove an absence of money in my pocket other than the pictures? There's also the book that Adam Payne wrote. I mean, if you link that to it's not a
Link that
not a
to
long
what?
line to draw. Not a long line to draw, to conclusions.
All right, give me 1 second. 1 second. God, I ain't do anything. It's your turn. Do you?
How are you today, Mr. Cohen?
Howdy. Feeling good. A little warm, but yeah, pretty good.
That's good. So I noticed earlier you stated in your submissions to the court that you didn't contact anyone other than a couple people. Is that correct?
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time for me?
I noticed in your submissions to the court that you stated you only contacted, what was it, 2 people plus Joey Solis?
That I can remember, like, definitively. Those were the more standout tellings, obviously, to private investigators, yeah.
Okay. I want you to do me a favor and go ahead and look around the courtroom, look in the gallery. Can you see everyone? I'll move out of your way here.
Yeah, I see 7 people.
Okay.
And 8, I guess, if you investigate the recording person.
Do you see any individuals in the galley that you had a conversation with about this incident?
Oh, do I have to include those new people?
Yeah, anyone. Anyone you see in the courtroom here today.
I don't really remember faces. I couldn't tell you who any of these people are, so I'm gonna say probably not, but maybe.
Okay, what about the deputy on the far left-hand side of the courtroom? They're gonna be wearing the tan shirt. Does that face look familiar at all?
Can I get a closer look?
Yeah.
I don't recognize him, no. Not off the top of my head.
Okay. So if he was to testify that you had a conversation with him about this, would that be a lie? Or would that just be something you didn't remember?
It could be either. It could be. If he said I did, he's either lying or I don't remember.
All right. Do you remember making these statements to police in the capacity of IA?
No, I never spoke to IA. No, I never spoke to IA.
Did you ever speak to any members of IA?
Nope. I tried to, but no.
Okay. And what steps did you take to try to?
I went to the police station, I think on 2 separate occasions, and as soon as we brought up Adam Payne's name, suddenly no one wanted to speak to us any further.
Okay. And can you describe the officers what they
Oh my
looked like?
gosh.
By chance, do you know department, anything like that?
I think one I think one was no, I think one's ginger maybe, and he has like maybe a kind of an Irish or Scottish accent, possibly. It's very hard. It was a long while ago.
Okay, would the last name Steele ring a bell for that officer?
I don't think I ever got his name. I don't think they gave me their names after I
Yeah.
brought up Adam Payne. I'm sorry.
Okay. Did you ever speak to the media about any of this?
I spoke. Oh, yes, yeah, okay. One of those private investigators was part of. Is it possible I could bring up my phone just to look at a contact to find out what their? It was one of the news things that I can't remember which one.
Plaintiff requests the witness to be able to review their phone to get a name. Is that okay, Your Honor?
As long as there's no objection from the plaintiff.
No objection from plaintiff.
You can proceed with your phone.
All right, let's see here. It was Weasel News.
Okay. Do you remember what individual from Weasel News by chance?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. I don't think they exist anymore. I think something happened to them. It was an Annie Wren laws.
Any Cody Wren laws?
It was Annie Wren laws.
Any Wren laws? Okay. And did you ever make any submissions to a Maxine Finch, or talk to a Maxine Finch at all?
I wouldn't be able to tell just from the name.
Okay. What was your goal in speaking to the media, to Weasel News?
Well, this was after I tried to go to the PD and IA, so I was like, if I can't do it through the police means, I've got to get the word out. You know, I've got to try find someone I can trust in the media to spread the word, so we can actually take down a corrupt officer the only way we can, through the press.
Okay. Would you say you're trying to make these statements publicly?
Was I trying to make the statements publicly?
Yeah.
Which statements?
The statement about Adam Payne being corrupt.
I was trying to get the word out to the public through the media. Yeah.
Okay, so you were trying to make it publicly then, is that correct?
I wanted the information that Adam Payne took a bribe from me and my sensei to be public. Yes.
Okay. How much are you alleging this bribe to be?
This bribe, $500 from myself.
$500. Okay, so why don't you run me through the situation that happened the day of the bribe?
Absolutely. Okay, so my sensei and me, so he's a sensei, I'm a student. We were, it was double XP day at his dojo, and I'm trying to get up to my first prestige. It's costing me a lot of money, and so I thought, I got to utilize this. So we found this old lady crying. Apparently, her car had been stolen, and so then we took the details, and we were like, we're gonna get this car back for this lady. So then we found that car. My sensei bravely stood in front of the car to stop it from going, and then I got into the passenger seat. At that point, the driver started booking it, and we were about to give chase and get the car keys back, but then Adam Payne rode up to us, and he put it over.
I don't know how this works. Let me go see if someone can. Hold on.
What's that? Who's talking? Am I supposed to stop?
No,
Okay.
you can continue. Someone
continue.
in the gallery. You can continue.
Oh, okay. Yes, okay. Adam Payne rode up with his lights, and then it turned out, to our surprise, he was pulling over us instead of the thief. So he took us to the side, and we had a conversation about what just happened. And then he made this gesture with his eyes, to his pocket. And I've been in this city. He had dollar signs in his eyes, and so I've seen this from TV shows and movies. So with tears in my eyes, I got out my wallet with my money, and I slipped it to him. And then and he took that bribe, and so we thought everything was square. But then he didn't hold up his end of the bribe.
What are you alleging his end of the bribe was?
His end of the bribe is he got $500 from me.
But you just made a submission to the court that he didn't hold up his end of the bribe.
Exactly. He didn't hold up his end of the bribe. He took the money but didn't do, because he was supposed to let us go, right? That was the insinuation.
Did he make the statement to you?
With his eyes, yeah. You could tell. You could just tell it's coming off of him.
Okay. Do you have any medical training in psychology?
I'd like to think so.
Do you have any formal medical training in psychology?
Formal?
Yes.
In Los Santos? No, no. Only an
You-
online course.
Are you a licensed psychiatrist in the state of San Andreas?
San Andreas? No, only in Mexico.
Are you a licensed medical provider in the state of San Andreas?
No, I am not.
Okay. Do you have an experience in profiling?
Yes.
Okay. Have you worked in the state of San Andreas to do profiling for any of the legitimate government agencies?
The what government agencies? Illicit?
Legitimate.
Oh,
So that
legitimate.
would be like SASP, BCSO,
Oh,
MCD.
no. They wouldn't take me. Not after this.
Okay. So you're not a licensed medical professional, and
Mhm.
you're not acting in a professional capacity as a profiler for the state.
Vicky.
Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. But you were able to tell by his eyes
Fuck, do I say your name?
what he was
Those,
talking
yeah,
about.
those big, blue, beautiful eyes. I could tell.
I can't say Vicky.
Okay.
I could tell he's staring at my money from my pocket.
We gotta try this. Lou,
What was said in the conversation between you and Mr. Payne?
Veer,
Oh my gosh.
Vivisky.
Starting from when? From like when he first arrested us? Or detained us, I guess.
What's the first
Correct.
name?
Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to give you exact things.
No, I got
To the best of your recollection.
So we discussed what happened.
And then I'll go to
And then we
What?
told him about how we were getting that car back.
Chemiswa? Vivisky. Ah, got it.
Then he made the eyes, and I was like, "Oh, I see." And then the bribe took place. Then he flicked through the money. But you know, thinking about it, maybe it just wasn't enough.
Can you repeat your answer? I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
Just the last part. I got that you
Oh.
discussed what happened and that you were trying to get the car back. After that, I
Right. Yeah.
blanked out.
So gave him the money. No. Yeah. We discussed what happened. Then he made the eyes. I gave the money. He flicked through it. Kind of gave a look like it wasn't enough. Maybe that was it. Thinking about it, and then he was like, he arrested us anyway, not holding up his end of the bribe. And then there were more talkings in the cells about further bribe stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was more like trying to settle the settle it all up, That's all I can remember vaguely.
Do you remember if there was any other officers in the station when you were in the cells?
After the bribe stuff took place. Oh gosh, she's coming at me.
You're good.
He then. Oh, and then yeah, Joey Solis came up after the fact. So after it was like obviously he wasn't going to hold up his end. Then Joey Solis come in and I was like, hey, come over here. I got something to show you. And then I told him about it. And he was like, oh gosh, like he knew like this was a thing. And so he was like, here, take my number.
Excuse me real quick. Oh, hey, can I forward you?
Yeah.
Can I quickly stretch my legs, Your Honor?
You can just don't go past the jury box.
Oh. That outfit looks real great on you, Your Honor. Real slimming.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Cohen, could you point in the gallery where Joey Solis is?
I do not recall what Joey Solis looks like. It was a very brief encounter, and that was the only time I met with him face to face.
Okay, so you have no inkling who Joey Solis is.
Joey Solis is a cop because he was in the cells in the police outfit, and no one seemed to be like, "Whoa, this guy's not meant to be here."
Okay.
And then he gave me his number.
You think there'd be any hints who Joey Solis is on the court docket?
I could call the Joey Solis number, and if the phone rings, it'll probably be him, right?
Your Honor, permission to have him be able to call Joey Solis.
As long as there's no objections by the plaintiff,
No objections by plaintiff.
you can proceed and pull out your phone and call Mr. Solis.
Do you want whoever you think Joey Solis is to come closer?
That's up to the plaintiff.
Just give him a call. We'll see who answers the phone, all right?
Oh gosh, I don't think I have him under. Oh no, wait, no, sorry, not Joey Solis. Sam Castro. Sam Castro. Gosh darn it. What was the question? I'm sorry. If I ever answered Joey Solis, I meant Sam Castro. My apologies.
So in everything that you've stated so far, when you've met Joey Solis, like you've said Joey Solis,
I don't know who
you've
Joey
met
Solis
Sam
is.
Castro.
I met Sam Castro. It's very names and faces, you know.
I'd like to set the record straight. I'm fucking Solis. Sorry, I'm Joey Solis.
That's right.
And you're accusing me.
That's why I thought Joey Solis. I also saw your name. It's a cool name, you know. It stuck in my head. I meant Sam Castro. It's a less cool name, but yeah, Sam Castro.
Sorry, continue.
Okay.
I had to
If we could
clear
just
that.
make that clear on the record, yeah.
Yeah, my
He met
apologies.
Sam Castro.
Anytime
when he
I
was
said
saying
Joey Solis.
Yeah, I've adjusted that. The respondent recants testimony to say it was Sam Castro instead of Joey Solis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
My apologies, Your Honor.
So, when speaking with Annie, did anyone else contact you from Weasel News?
Annie, did anyone else contact me? No, we made sure Annie and me were trying to keep it very between us because we didn't want any prying eyes because we were being followed, you know, so we wanted to make sure this never got back to Adam Payne.
Okay. And what do you mean by you didn't want it to get back to Adam Payne? Was there reasoning for that?
Adam Payne's got eyes everywhere. Like as soon as we left that police station, I'm pretty sure we were being followed. We managed to lose him.
Okay. And who do you think you're being followed by?
Whoever Adam Payne's got in, you know, his pocket, you know, trying to keep the truth hidden.
Okay. And did Adam Payne make any verbal statements to you regarding the bribe, like the amount of money, anything regarding a physical exchange, other than what you said was his eyes?
Those big, beautiful eyes. No, he's too smart. He's been doing this too long, you know. He wouldn't make a mistake like that.
Okay.
He does, you know, it goes through other people, you know.
Okay. Defense or plaintiff is no further questions from the plaintiff right now on direct.
Are there any questions from the respondent?
Give him a moment. He's old.
Were you talking to me, son?
Yes, Mr. Sinclair. Do you have any questions for this witness?
I'm sorry.
Yes, son, I believe I do.
Okay.
Can I do a cross-examination, cross-witness thing?
That's what
Your Honor, we just request if their cross is going to take a little bit, we just take a recess till storm.
How long do you think you'll need, Mr. Sinclair?
How many hours we got?
What?
You have like 6 minutes.
I could knock out a couple questions in 6 minutes. All right, how are we doing? Can I walk up? Can I walk up?
You can. If you'd like to wait until the storm, we can
We can do it
resume
after
then.
Storm, Sensei.
I think that would be a good idea.
I know
for
the
everyone.
storm makes your knees hurt.
Okay, everyone, we're going to be taking a 15-minute recess. We'll adjourn and reconvene at 2:10.
It's going well. We got him right.
We're in
where we want
recess.
him. I don't think they knew who they were dealing with here. Pretty sure it's a open and slam shut case right here.
Just to recap, it is on the respondent's line of questioning. Mr. Sinclair, as you're, whenever you're ready, you can proceed with your line of questioning.
All right, 1 minute. Won't be long. All right, thank you very much. How you doing, Mr. Cohen?
I'm good, Mr. Sensei Sinclair.
All right, could you just point to Mr. Payne, please, son?
Right there, Your Honor.
Don't worry, son. He can't hurt you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, God.
All right. I would just like to take the court's attention back to the time that Mr. Cohen had to give the bribe to Mr. Payne. When you gave the bribe to Mr. Payne, could you tell the audience, please, how Mr. Payne acted?
How he acted? He was like very confident and smug. You know?
Very confident and smart, is that right?
That's right.
So he didn't like stammer when he asked you for the bribe.
Nope.
It's so you would say, I don't know. Would he have said it before, maybe?
Possibly. I wouldn't be able to say.
Well, if he was very confident about the bribe, one might, I don't know, make the assumption that he said it before, you know?
Yeah, I guess one could. You know.
Your Honor, can I ask a question of the Mr. Cohen here? How much is it that Mr. Payne wants from you for this court case? If he were to win, how much does he want from you, son?
He wants 45,000 from us.
45,000 from you. That's a lot of money, son. Could you afford that?
No. I mean, I had to run to this court case because of all the. I couldn't afford a car since the bribe that I had to give Adam Payne.
You couldn't afford a car. You had to run. Is that what you said?
That's right.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. The ability of the defendant to not own a car is not relevant to any of this case.
I would argue it is.
Well, so here's the thing. In addition of the relevancy, this also ties nothing back to the original examination questions.
Yeah,
so...
to be honest, I was going to let them get outside of scope, so I wasn't going to object to that.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, generally speaking, it is not relevant to trial. It is also, once again, like I said, outside of scope. So can you move on from your line of questioning, please?
Well, I guess if it's going to be like that, I guess I ain't got nothing more to say. I'm sorry, Mr. Cohen.
That's all right. We'll just rely on our star witness.
What was that? Could you say that? You
Our
got
surprise witness.
You have a surprise witness, is that correct?
That's right.
And what about the surprise witness?
He's coming.
Or is he going to offer anything to the court that is actually relevant to the case?
He sure will when he gets here. He's in traffic, yeah.
All right, well, very good then.
Mr. Cohen, do you have any questions for yourself?
I can question myself?
As long as there's no objections.
No
from
objections
the
from the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right.
You may question and answer your own questions as there's no objection from the plaintiff.
Mr. Cohen, are you part of Forliaze Dojo? Oh, I am actually. Oh, really? What's
Objection, relevance.
It's very relevant because of the that was what we were doing when we were getting that car. You know, it was part of my dojo training. It leads up to something, you know.
I'll allow this line of questioning.
Thank you.
But you're on a leash.
All right, I only need a short leash. Sorry, what were you saying, Mr. Cohen? Oh, I was saying, what's your position in Forliaze Dojo? Well, I'm an ace. I'm actually the ace student. I'm Mr. Sensei's highest level student there. I also assist with duties. Oh wow, you must be a pretty clever guy. Oh, I am. Thank you. You seem pretty clever yourself. Oh.
Objection.
You're objecting to your own witness. I mean, yeah. What's your objection?
He hasn't mentioned the great 2-for-1 offer that's going on this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there is 2-for-1 offer this weekend.
Anyone here can get the 2-for-1 offer to join Forliaze Dojo. That is all, Your Honor.
Any other questions, Mr. Cohen?
Any other questions? Give me one moment. Oh, okay, yes. Mr. Cohen, at the incident, when you were chasing that man, no, sorry, when you got in the car and the man ran off, did Adam Payne make any attempt to chase the other perpetrator? No, oh no, now I think about it, he didn't. Interesting. Why do you think he targeted maybe you and Sinclair specifically? Boy, I don't know. I mean, we're pretty upstanding citizens. Maybe he heard about our dojo and knew we was raking in money or something. Oh, how do you know about that? Well, we're pretty heavy on advertising. Oh. So it's a pretty established dojo, right? That's right, one of the best. All right, I'll have to check that out. That seems pretty interesting. You should. It's great. I think that's all, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything from the plaintiff? Any further questions?
Yes,
just
Your
had-
Honor.
Oh, go ahead.
Go first and you wrap up. Mr. Cohen, were you taken into custody as a relation to this event?
I was taken into custody by Adam Payne, yes.
Okay. And were you charged with a crime?
Yes, I was charged. I was charged with. Oh, what's it called? I was charged with. I can't remember the name of it.
Would you say you were charged with hijacking?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And is hijacking a felony?
I'm no. I don't have any expertise in this area. You'd have to tell me.
Okay, Your Honor, we would like to make reference to a section, I believe it's 8 of the San Andreas Criminal Code, subsection D, hijacking, which is listed as a felony. Definition: use of using force and/or violence to remove an individual from a vehicle. It's the 40-month sentence and $600 fine.
Yeah, I know, Tate.
Yeah, he knows that. He's a judge.
Yeah, it's just kind of a
Oh,
formality
I
thing.
for procedure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, based off of that, were you committing a felony?
No,
How did you plead to this charge?
I pled guilty.
Okay. And what does it mean to plead guilty?
It means I don't have to go to jail until the court. Oh, and then it's kind of like, so you admit kind of wrongdoing.
Okay. So you admitted wrongdoing in this case. You admitted that you were committing a felony.
I had to, damn it. Oh God.
Okay. You're saying you had to. Could you please elaborate on what you mean by that?
He said if I didn't, he was gonna hold me in jail until the court case, whenever that would be. And so he was like, "You better off just pleading guilty." And I was like, "Okay." My spirit was already broken. You know, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Carry on.
Did you contact an attorney in relation to this arrest?
No.
Okay. So you didn't contact an attorney, and you pled guilty, accepting all fault. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm going to let my co-counsel ask a few further questions.
All right, Mr. Cohen, a couple questions for you. How much was the bribe again?
$500.
And you're 100% sure on that?
I mean, there could have been like a 1 slipped in there. Could have been 501.
But you're sure it's $500?
Around $500, yes.
I need a yes or no. 500, yes or no?
Did you say at least 500?
Yes, at least 500.
Yes.
That's all.
Any further questions from the respondent?
Yeah, can I ask one more?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello again, Mr. Cohen. Hello. Just to clarify something, so just relating to that Grand Theft Auto. Did you push that man out that car? No, I didn't. No, he just got out and ran when he saw us. Okay, thank you. That's all, Your Honor.
What about Mr. Sinclair? Do you have any questions?
No, I'm all right. Thank you, son.
This drawing a blank. Are we in recross already?
We're prepared for witness to step down, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cohen, you can step down. Remember, you're still under oath.
Oh God, I have to leave this box. This box is all I know now. Oh.
Your Honor, plaintiff requests to call Annie. It's going to be Annie Wren Laws.
Wait,
This
what?
in.
It's
Wait.
still Ren.
Wren. Steel Wren? Is it Steel
Yes.
Wren?
Yes. I got married, Donald.
Sorry, she gets lots of name changes,
Oh,
Your Honor.
congratulations.
Your Honor, is he allowed
Thanks.
to? He never called this witness to the.
There is not. But as long as there's no objection from you, from you guys, then he can
I
continue
object.
forward.
I don't know who this lady is.
Your Honor, he testified in open court to contacting her
He
You
doesn't
did.
even know her name.
Who is this lady?
and stated her name. And
Miss-
based off those submissions, we request that we were unaware of this witness due to the contact that they had with the defendant.
So, Mr. Cohen, you're stating right now that you've never met this woman.
What's this lady's name? I don't know faces too well, Your Honor. I apologize.
Well, you just stated after her name was stated to you that you've never met this woman, but through your testimony several times, you stated that you knew this person intimately.
Here's the name. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just. Oh no, I did hear the name. No. Yeah, that's right. He said Annie Renlaws. I'm pretty sure Annie Renlaws doesn't exist anymore.
Annie Steele Wren.
Annie Still Wren? Yeah, I don't know who Annie Still Wren is.
It's this fucking lady.
Annie Wren.
Just look in the gallery.
Yeah, I see her. Yeah. This is
And do
apparently
you know her?
an Annie Still Wren. I don't know an Annie Still Wren.
Annie Steele Wren is formerly known as Annie Wren Laws.
Oh. Yeah, that's fine, Your Honor.
Miss Steele Wren, if
stand
you can
up?
approach.
Jesus Christ.
Could we mind our language in the court, please? Thank you very much.
All right, raise your left hand or both your hands. All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
All right, she's been sworn in. God damn it, the door.
Your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Annie, do you mind going ahead and stating your full name for the record?
Annie Steele Wren.
And please state any previous names that you've had.
Oh God. Annie Wren Laws. Annie Cody. I think that's it.
And can you please state your profession for the court?
I work at Weasel News as a reporter.
How long have you worked at Weasel News as a reporter?
I want to say like 8 months.
Do you remember having any contact with either of the defendants in this case?
Yes.
Both of them or just one of them?
Both of them.
Okay. And can you point to the defendants and name the individuals?
What's the defendant?
They'd be the individuals on the other side there. Over there somewhere.
I know the old one is Reginald Sinclair and the
Hello.
other one is Mr. Cohen. I don't know his first name.
His first name's Mr.
And how did they first reach out and contact you?
We got a tip at Weasel News stating that Adam Payne was taking bribes.
Oh my God.
Okay. And did this
Sure,
tip
what?
include like a phone number or any contact information?
I think it included a phone number, yeah, because I said to the Weasel team that I was going to take it and I texted them about it.
Okay. So did you text Mr. Cohen first or Mr. Sinclair?
Yes, it was Mr. Cohen.
Okay. And what did you guys talk about?
I said, hey, like I'm looking into this. Let me know if you want to meet up.
Can't really move. Stay right here.
And he said, it's good, we'll set up a covert meeting and we can talk about it. And then I got a text from a different number that told me to stop looking into Adam Payne.
Okay. And do you know the identity of the other number?
I didn't at the time, but now I know that it's Reginald Sinclair.
Okay. Did you get any other texts from that number?
Yes. Do you mind if I get my phone up to check?
Your Honor, request permission for the witness to check her phone.
As long as there's no objection from the respondent.
I'll allow it.
You can proceed with opening your phone.
So they said there's no situation, drop it now with immediate effect. You've been warned, we have eyes everywhere, we're watching you, we know where you live, what you ate for breakfast.
Was he trying to ask us you?
Did they say anything else?
We had another tip onto the Weasel tip line that had a picture of a dead body. I think that was from Reginald Sinclair's number. It was, I think your friend is ready for another meeting in the usual spot, and there was a picture of Mr. Cohen with a pool of blood around him.
Okay. And do you kind of want to go through, what did you respond to that with?
So the original texts said, he's already on to us. Like, when I first got the text from Reginald's number, he's already on to us. I don't know the number. Don't let them tell you. The world needs to know this. This is bigger than all of us. And so I met up with them. I took my now husband just to make sure, because, I mean, you never know. And they were telling me how Adam Payne is corrupt and he takes bribes and he's got eyes everywhere. So because I'm a doctor, I went to the police because I'm not getting involved with corruption. And there was an internal affairs investigation opened, and it was Julie Lee, Lainey Bishop, Stan Schultz, and Mitch Weekings of the USMS. So they all started looking into it as well. So it was a lot of meetings with the police internal affairs talking about what was happening.
Damn, you were going down.
Okay. And in those conversations with police, did any information that you haven't testified to today come out?
I don't think so. Cohen stopped replying for a while because I said, hey, if you want to come to RPD and talk about it, like, I've got IA people who I'm talking to, they're not connected with Adam Payne at all, and they want to get your side of it. And then I didn't get a reply for, I think it was like a few days or a week or something. And then they were like, he said, I appreciate the quick action on your part, but you're right. All the evidence we have now is circumstantial. If we mess this up, then they'll cover this up and only be more cautious. We've only got one shot at this. So it just felt like I was talking to IA and talking to the marshals and trying to work it out for them, and they just didn't really care.
Okay. And based off the text messages, is there any conversations you've had with them? Did you feel threatened by the individuals?
Yeah. I mean, they told me that they were watching me and wouldn't know if I did anything with it.
Okay. And what do you think they meant by they were watching you?
I mean, so I've reported on the Game Master before, and he sent me similar texts, and I ended up getting my leg broken. So, you know, I was worried. I wasn't going home. I was sleeping at hospital because I just didn't want to deal with that again.
Okay. And how long did you live with this fear?
I'd say
I didn't know
a week, maybe 2 weeks.
This changes everything.
Okay. Do you have any fear towards them at this present time?
No, because I know who they are now. But at the time, they were telling me that Reginald Sinclair didn't own a phone, so I didn't know who it was.
Okay. When was the first time you met Reginald Sinclair face to face?
I was a few months ago. We were on the beach, and they were setting up their dojo in like a business that was already licensed that belongs to my friend.
Objection, Your Honor.
What's your objection?
The young lady didn't mention the 2-for-1 offer going on today.
Oh, my apologies. There's the 2-for-1 offer going on
Thank
today.
you, thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. Mhm.
Proceed with your line of questioning.
Your Honor, I would just make the record clear that there is a 2-for-1 offer special going on today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Notated in bold.
If anyone wants
Thank
to
you.
join, I'll be here.
The images of the body. Could you explain that image a little bit more for me?
So I mean, I've seen a lot of bodies. There was no clear injuries there. There was just him and a pool of blood. So I don't like there was no evidence of like a gunshot wound or a stab wound or anything. It was just him and a pool of blood.
Okay. Would you say maybe it represented more symbolism than anything else?
Well, at the time, I had to act as if it was a real dead body. But I think now looking back on it, yeah, it might be. But at the time, it looks like a dead body. I wasn't going to look too far into it.
Okay. And do you remember or recall them ever telling you the bribe amount?
No.
Okay. Do you remember or recall them talking about their arrest in relation to this at all?
Yeah, I think all I really know is that they were pulled over for doing something, and they said that they handed Adam a bunch of cash, and he let them go.
Okay,
Or arrested them anyway, sorry.
Okay, so they handed him some cash, and then he arrested them. Did they say if he asked for the cash?
I don't remember.
Okay. Have you had any contact with Adam Payne about this incident?
Not about this incident, no.
Okay. Is there any other officers that you have listed or any other individuals that you've listed that you've contacted about this incident?
There was one, Richardson, I think his name was.
Robert Richardson?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I spoke to Lainey originally, then she put me in with Richardson, Stan, and the others. Richardson was texting me about it as well.
Okay. And what did you talk to Richardson about?
About the incident as a whole, but then he said that he'd put out a warrant for the owner of the phone number. If it's accepted, we'll be able to find out if it's a hoax or not. And then we met up, and because he came with me to see if the body was there, but when we got there, it wasn't. So I gave him the location when we met up. He went to go check it. He came back and he was like, "Yeah, there's nothing there."
Okay. And just for the court's knowledge, do you often track down these complaints that come in through the Weasel News tip line?
I take corruption very seriously. Yeah.
Okay. And do you believe that you did your due diligence in investigating this as part of journalism?
Yeah.
No further questions for this witness right now, Your Honor. Defense can cross.
Any question from the respondent?
Yeah, I got one. Hey, Annie.
Hi.
So you talked about how for this you got the tip, the contact, you got information, and then you went to IA.
Yes.
Did you do any other kind of investigation?
I was
Into
asking some people that I knew about the phone numbers. Said if I have a bunch of contacts that I use. If I get a text from a strange number,
Did you
I send them that number.
Sorry. Did you ever look into Adam Payne? Ever try to look into him from this information?
Yeah, I asked around, but most people that I asked hadn't ever heard of him.
Interesting. Can I speak? I'm just going to speak with my co-counsel 1 second, Your Honor. Hello. So, you feel a need to change your name because of the threats you were getting?
No, I got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks.
So, in your findings, for all this time, you've never found any evidence to the corruption of Adam Payne.
No.
You've never heard anyone speak ill of Adam Payne at all.
Before this court case, I hadn't even heard of Adam Payne.
Do you know Adam Payne's position in the PD?
I know he's a trooper, I think.
A trooper, oh. Can people just join troopers, like, willy-nilly? Is that like a thing? Or do you have to be established?
I have no idea on the inner workings of the police department.
Damn. You know what? That's all, Your Honor.
Anything from your co-counsel?
No, I'm good. I'm good, son.
Any further questions from the plaintiff?
No further questions. We thank the witness for their time.
Can we? Oh, she's out of their subpoena. Never mind. Thank you for your time. You can step down.
Plaintiff requests to call Sam Castro to the stand.
You can approach.
All right, can you reach your left hand and both your hands? All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, he's been sworn.
Your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Castro, if you don't mind going ahead and stating your name for the record.
My name is Sam Castro.
Okay, and your current employment.
The San Andreas State Police.
Okay, and do you have any relatives, Mr. Castro?
Yes, I have a brother.
Okay,
and a mother.
Okay. And
well,
you
she's dead,
acknowledge that
actually.
it's publicly known that you're the least liked Castro. Is that correct?
Negative.
Objection?
Any objection?
He's clearly lying, Your Honor.
Are you
I'm-
attempting to charge him with perjury?
I believe he's lying as well, Your Honor.
What the
Are we motioning for a perjury hearing at the end of this trial?
It might be necessary. Let's get further with the witness.
We'll table it.
Mr. Castro, do you remember having conversations with either of the individuals involved in this case, either Adam Payne, Cohen, or Sinclair?
Yes. I believe it was Cohen and Payne that I crossed paths with at the cell area when Payne was had Mr. Cohen in cuffs. How detailed do you want me to be?
As detailed as you can be.
Oh. Well, as usual, Mr. Payne needed some assistance with Cohen because I believe he needed to be transported to the cells or just, get him sorted to be locked up behind the bar. So I believe I assisted Mr. Cohen. Can I double check my phone for the contact real quick? Because I just want to make double. Is that okay? Because that individual gave me their contact information and I saved it.
No objection from the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Here.
You can proceed with looking at your phone.
Yes, his name is Kyone Cohen, and I saved his contact with /bribed person because he said that he had bribed Mr. Payne, and then later texted me about it. Or yeah.
Okay. And what was those texts? Are those the texts that are on the docket?
I believe so, except there is one message that is hidden, but that was sent by me that is not covered, and that was stand by. I think it was just me appreciating him for notifying me and that I had notified my command.
Okay.
That's the TLDR on that. But if you want the exact screenshot, I can get that sent over.
Nope, that's fine. Do you mind going ahead and calling that number for me real quick?
Ooh, a phone call. Hello. This is
Hey,
for the Aze Dojo, a student. Kyone Cohen, what you need?
I was just wondering how you've been doing. I don't know. I'm just like boring shit.
I'm good.
What you up
Yeah,
to?
I'm in
You
a
can-
boring court case. Some kind of corrupt cops trying to pin me down.
Oh,
You know how it
what was it this
goes.
time?
It's Adam Payne. You know what we've been talking about Adam Payne. He took those
Well, I
bribes.
haven't talked to you at all about it, but yeah. I mean, hey, I hope you're
You
doing
can hang
well.
up the phone whenever you're ready.
Yeah, you
Mr.
too.
Castro.
Oh, I have to. Oh, all right. I gotta go.
Wait, what? Oh, you gotta go. Oh,
yeah,
no, I
judge
mean,
is
I'm
telling me
free,
to
though.
hang up the phone
Oh,
call.
judge? Are you in court too?
Yeah, I'm in court. Hey,
Okay,
maybe we should.
all right.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll have to catch up.
actually,
We'll catch
this
up.
might not be a good time. Yeah, maybe later.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Maybe see you. What a nice guy.
Your Honor, we would
Oops,
like to enter in the record that demonstrative showing that is indeed Mr. Cohen's phone number.
Court notates and accepts into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, as far as discussing the bribe with IA, who did you all have contact with, Mr. Castro?
I never spoke directly to IA. I notified my command and handed over any evidence to my command.
Okay. What do you mean by you notified your command?
I spoke to Barry because he's the person who would be directly in charge of Mr. Payne to notify him that there was a serious allegation against Mr. Payne because any allegation of bribery is a serious allegation.
Okay. Do you mind going ahead and explaining who Barry is for the courts?
Barry Hill is the commissioner of the San Andreas State Police. He is the person in charge of all troopers. He would be, his call is the final call on what would happen. So my go-to was to directly go to him because even though I did not think this was a serious, like this actually happened, that was my belief, I still had to notify my command because that's what we're supposed to do when allegations like this come in.
Okay. And as far as SASP goes, there's no one above Barry, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any troopers that are members of the Internal Affairs Department?
I would not know them off the top of my head, but I could look in, I could get that information. But I do not know off the top of my head.
Have you worked with Adam Payne before?
I have worked with Adam Payne before.
Okay. Have you ever known him to accept a bribe in the past?
No.
Okay. Have you ever known him to do anything that's outside the bounds of the law?
Huh?
He makes fun of me sometimes. I think that's
That's-
unlawful.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Which is
And
irrelevant.
inside of these text messages, these conversations you did have with Mr. Cohen, did he offer any actual concrete evidence inside of this, or was it just the allegations?
He gave me a picture which I could not verify myself. But I don't know if there's a filter on it. But I don't know.
You want to describe that photo for me?
1 second. Oh, am I okay to open my phone and look at it real quick?
Yeah, you have previous permission.
Okay, sweet. So, in the total, I was sent 2 images. The first image was at one point a hand with some fat stacks of cash, and it's labeled before Adam Payne. And then the next picture is what may be the same hand or a right hand. I'm not sure about this since this is in court and on record, but it says after Adam Payne. So he could have taken pictures of 2 different hands, or it could be the same hand with money and without, right? So that's how that happened. And then there's another image later on that he sent me on 23rd July of 2023. A picture, with a message saying he's not even hiding it anymore, with an image saying, "No pain, no gain. The Art of Bribe by Adam Payne -- professional bribe taker." And then I replied, "That's fucking wild." But that's it.
Okay. I'm going to have my co-counsel here, Deputy Commissioner Joey Solis, come up and ask you a couple questions.
Hello, Sergeant Castro.
Hey, Joey.
So I got a question. When you look at that picture, right, with the money, and the hands.
Yeah.
Did you say you weren't sure if that was Adam Payne's hand?
Well, I can't verify it because I don't see his face or anything. I see just
Okay.
so like you know how you have two hands. Well, hold on. Sorry, too soon.
Oh.
It
I want
could
him
have been two
contempt for that
hands, but I
joke,
don't know
Your
whose
Honor.
hands.
I'll take it into consideration.
All right. Well, let's analyze this picture really quick. It's very simple. Can you tell
Okay.
me the color of the hands, please?
It looks like a white hand.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, if I may have Mr. Payne stand up here for a second.
Mr. Payne, can you approach the podium?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Payne, can you just show us the palm of your hand and show it to Mr. Castro? Does that match?
No,
Remotely close?
but I think what it meant was that was that was the plaintiff's hand.
Well,
Or
his hand
whoever
would still be in there. One with
So, like,
money and
that-
one without money. One's going to be his hand.
No,
and one's
no,
gonna
no.
Be
I
Mr.
think
Collins,
he
right?
took. I think the individual took a picture of his own hand with money, and then took a picture of his own hand without money. So I don't think that's Adam Payne's hand, but I think he was trying to say that it's his hand.
Okay, all right, Mr. Payne, you can have a seat.
But
All right.
no, I don't think based off the Mr. Payne's tan, I don't think that is his hand.
All right, Mr. Castro, I got some questions for you. Did you at any point in time make jokes to Mr. Payne?
I don't remember.
You don't remember accusing Mr. Payne of taking a bribe as well?
No.
Oh. Okay. All right. We'll move on. So when you said you reported the information to Barry, Commissioner Hill, sorry, there was an IA investigation open? Can you confirm that?
Yes, but from my understanding, there was an IA opened, and there was a resolution of that IA, which Command knows.
What was the resolution of that IA?
I would not know that information. But I believe I don't know the details of the IA, but I believe it was found that there's nothing that came out of this IA investigation.
Oh, so they never found that Mr. Payne accepted a bribe, allegedly.
Yes.
Oh, all right. That's all I have for you. I don't know if Mr. O'Hagan has any more.
You have a few follow-up questions. That should be done.
Did you like how
Mr. Castro, have you ever met either of these individuals face-to-face outside of the cells?
No.
Okay. Have you ever arrested either of these individuals?
I would not know. I actually don't know, to be honest. I might have arrested them. I run into a lot of people.
Did you like how I called them out?
Okay. Do you know, is the cells the first time you ever met them?
From my understanding, yes. Or, like I said, I might have arrested them, but I wouldn't know.
Okay. Do you remember hearing any conversations between Mr. Payne and them in the cells?
I mean, I think Mr. Payne was just doing standard procedure, returning items that belong to the individual that were not going to be placed in the lock, or seized by the PD, and he's placing them in a lockbox. But other than that, no.
Okay. Do you remember either of the defendants in this case making any mentions to you, that they were going to be held until trial or anything of that sort? If they pled not guilty.
No, I did not remember this.
Okay. And just real quick to get this way, so I need an officer to do it anyways. What does pleading guilty mean?
That you admit to having committed a crime, or you have been found to have committed the crime by court.
Okay. No further questions right now, Your Honor. Prepared for the defense to cross.
Any questions from the respondent?
Yeah. Permission to treat the witness as hostile?
No objections, Your Honor.
Granted.
All right. Just gonna get a few licks in here. No. All right.
Wait, can I treat him as hostile?
No objections either, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Granted.
I'm a karate ace student here. Okay. Hey. All right. Your Honor, he's coming at me.
Permission to let him fight it out.
I'm
I'll
just trying to
object
get
that one.
defensive. I'm an awful officer, you know. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I can't allow that.
All right.
Okay.
Mr. Castro. Can I call you Mr. Castro?
You can call me the better Castro, Sam Castro.
I won't do that.
Okay,
Mr.
well,
Castro,
that's fine too.
why did you notify a Benny Hill rather than IA?
Benny who?
The composer? You said Benny Hill, right?
Barry Hill.
Oh, that's not as good. Okay, why did you notify Barry Hill? Instead of IA, I apologize.
Well, I mean, I think I just needed to notify my command as soon as possible of this situation. I was not in any way a supervisor, but depending on Barry's advisement, I would have gone the route he wanted.
It didn't occur to you that if there was a a corrupt cop that maybe Barry Hill could be in on it in his own department?
No, Barry Hill has ethics and morals of the highest standards. Even though I would take this threat, any accusation against an officer, completely serious, I never for one moment believed that Adam Payne took a bribe. Especially after the findings of IA.
Now, earlier in your when you've been questioned, you said Adam Payne was incompetent, like how he needed to call you to help you like he usually does. Would you say?
I think I'm better than Adam Payne, but he may disagree.
All right. Would you classify Adam Payne as incompetent?
Formally, no. Informally, yes.
All right. I heard yes.
I heard no.
So, if you could just clarify something for me. Adam Payne is a trooper, as we know. Can anyone just join the troopers?
Absolutely not. To become a trooper, you need to be of a highest standard. That's why I would say my answer to him being incompetent is false. However, if you compare him to me, I'm clearly better.
All right. So, it's the hardest one to get into. So you have to be pretty well established. You couldn't just show up and join troopers.
Absolutely not.
All right. So you'd think that it'd be actually kind of confusing if people didn't know who Adam Payne was. I mean, if he's been around so long to join the troopers, right?
That is incorrect. There are troopers that have a lot of merit and experience who are also very low key, and this happens because they are excellent troopers and they do not get into problems. So most of our most known troopers, even officers of the law, they're typically, wanted by gangs and criminal organizations or are in the news for other things. But in this case, Mr. Adam Payne is not a problematic officer for the department. So it makes sense for him to not be a known officer.
Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, you said Adam Payne bullies you?
Well, off duty, yeah, I would say, just, I guess that's
Objection.
back and forth type
It's
shit, you know what I'm saying?
irrelevant.
Please hold. When there's an objection, you just have to stop where you are.
Well, we have a back and forth, sorry.
I understand. What's the question?
It was you said Adam Payne bullied you earlier, and there's
And what was the objections for?
It's not relevant.
I would argue.
What do you mean it's
extreme-
not relevant? I want to know what the objection was for.
It's just not relevant.
Oh, I thought you were saying my question was irrelevant.
No.
Oh.
I was like,
No.
I apologize. And what's the rebuttal from the response?
I would say it's very relevant. It speaks to the character of Adam Payne.
I would say it doesn't. As PD banter does happen.
We haven't established that it's PD banter yet.
May I
And he
just
said it's
clarify?
off duty.
Even though I think Adam Payne is not the best trooper, right? I will
Yes.
say that he is better and far better than any other officer in any other department. There's a scale.
All right. So, where do we land on this bully thing?
I mean, I don't know why that's really
Oh no, I was asking the
relevant.
judge. I was asking. Sorry.
I will draw my objection.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, yeah. So, you said earlier Adam Payne was he bullied you, and then just now you said it was off duty. Could you clarify? Do you mean when you both were off duty, or when one of you was off
I
duty?
mean, it varies. I mean, sometimes I would be off duty and he'd be on. I mean, I don't really understand. Like,
So
when
wait,
I say
wait.
bully, it's more of a back and forth.
So wait, but you said sometimes when you're off duty, and so when he's on duty, he bullies you.
I don't really remember. I couldn't even give you a specific case, to be honest, other than me be calling him an asshole.
You can't remember a specific case because there's so many. They all just blend together.
More like it's. I don't know. It's just our relationship, I guess.
Are you in fear right now, Mr. Castro? You seem kind of jumpy, and you're looking at Adam Payne a lot.
Well, I'm not looking at Adam Payne a lot. I'm kind of in fear of you're going to come and attack me because you got permission to beat me up, so I'm in more of a defensive position.
You fear me?
Well, I have to be defensive, right?
Do you
'Cause
fear me? Do you fear me
you-
right now? Yes or no? Do you fear me?
I fear that you will use the advantage of being granted the permission.
So that's
of
yes. You
being
fear me.
allowed to
Thank
be-
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let the record show he fears me. Okay. Do you remember speaking to Adam Payne after I told you about these bribe allegations of mine?
Very vividly, not directly, no. Well, I mean, I'm sure I did speak to him, but it's been a minute. You know?
You can't remember anything you said.
Well, I don't remember verbatim our conversations.
Do you recall, like, speaking to Adam Payne, like, while we were still in the cells after I told you about the bribe charges, or that he took a bribe?
I actually do not.
So if you don't know if you spoke to him or not during that time.
I most likely did, yeah, but I do not remember what, if anything, at all was
You
said.
do not remember stating about how.
Objection. Asked and answered.
No, I'm asking a different one. Sorry. You'll see. I didn't finish the question. You don't remember stating why didn't he share the bribe with you? You don't remember that?
I do not.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, there we go.
But I mean, if he did take a bribe, it'd pretty suck if he didn't, to be honest. I mean, my opinion still stands.
You'd be upset if he didn't share the bribe with you.
Yeah,
what
but
you're
that's
saying.
more so also a joke.
A joke in court? Oh, perish the thought.
Should I get a lawyer?
Can we get this witness a lawyer?
What do you
I'll
need a
do
lawyer
it.
for?
Yeah, Reginald Sinclair.
I don't know, man. This is hostile from both directions.
Would you
I
like
feel
me to be
I'm
your
on the
lawyer,
stand.
son?
You are
Oh,
on
you
the
are.
stand. Yeah, what?
Oh shit!
And you are entered as a hostile witness.
What the
this
fuck?
is also a civil matter, so you're not allowed a court-appointed attorney. You have to
Mention
pay for
yourself
outside
on the witness
counsel.
alphabet.
Permission to strike everything this witness has said. He's clearly incompetent. And he's in fear of me.
Your Honor, we'd like a pause on that strike. We have a couple questions we'd like to ask him and
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
evaluate
go
his
ahead.
abilities.
I'll
Okay.
allow it.
Cadet Castro, do you mind stating for the court if you
Sergeant
remember?
Castro.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Do you mind stating for the court if you remember how much the alleged bribe was for?
No.
Do you mind ranking the top 5 troopers just to evaluate your scale system?
Ranking the top 5 troopers?
Yep, in order.
Hold on, let me think. Can I open my contacts?
You work for the department. You should know this.
Yeah, but I just would, if this is going to be on the stand and I have to be accurate, right? I have to be like factual here.
Your Honor, we would request the court to require the witness to answer.
You're required. What are you, sergeant?
Yeah, I mean, I
Sergeant
wouldn't-
Castro, please answer the question.
What the fuck? Okay. I guess I'll go off the top of my head. You say top 5?
Top 5, that's correct.
In order.
In order of top 5, okay. Think. All right, well, I think,
Oh, he sat down. Never mind.
well, personally, I think the top 5 would be the highest of chain of command because that's, you don't earn your spot in the San Andreas State Police. So I'd start with number 1, Barry Hill. Number 2, Robert Richardson. 3, Kenny Kettle. 4, Junior Major. And 5, Sam Castro. That is me.
Okay. I noticed you listed them in the order of chain of command. Do you believe that you forgot a deputy commissioner in there? Or soon to be deputy commissioner?
Possibly Robert Richardson, but I wouldn't know. You know, maybe one day I can be that position, but I don't know the internal workings of high command and their promotions and who might be going up.
Yes, Your Honor. We would request to dismiss this witness on grounds of incompetence.
What the fuck?
Clearly, based off their answers, they weren't even aware of all the troopers
Well, there
and
is
the inner
no
workings
deputy
of the
commissioner.
troopers,
I mean,
as well as
it's
the
been open
answers
for a
they've given
while.
him,
Are
as
we
well as the
striking?
answers they've given today. Just are contradictory statements to themselves, as well as his actions seem to be complete incompetence.
Will we be striking all from the record?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, not all.
This time I strike everything from the record from Sam Castro, declaring him incompetent for trial. You're dismissed.
Come on, dog. What the fuck was
Yeah.
this? Am I good to go, Your Honor?
You are. Thank you for your time. We're going to enter into a 2-minute recess. And when we return, if the plaintiff has additional witnesses, we can proceed.
Okay, we do.
Take it back, son. Get away with me.
Trooper Adam Payne, claiming that he had taken a bribe. This information, like I said, was brought to me by Weasel News at the time Annie ran laws. Seeing this information, I took it as a sign that there may be an act of corruption.
All right, and the state police wouldn't allow such actions, right? Of bribery?
No, if credible evidence is brought forward of bribery against an officer within the San Andreas State Police, you can rest assured that a criminal conviction will be brought against them.
All right, and is Mr. Payne still employed with the state police?
He is.
Oh, all right. So I'm going to take a guess here, and I just need you to confirm that what you found was he did not take a bribe.
Extensive investigation did take place.
Oh, an extensive.
During which multiple avenues were followed on different levels of government and police employment as well as citizenry. And no wrongdoing and no credible evidence was found to support the fact that Adam Payne had received a bribe.
Are you allowed to touch on, you said cross department. You said and extensively. Can you elaborate which departments were involved in this investigation?
Predominantly, it was the San Andreas State Police Internal Affairs. However, members of Internal Affairs from LSPD were also involved, and there was also brief input from the marshals on the topic as well.
Oh! So this is extremely investigated, like highly investigated. And you believe if Mr. Payne would have accepted the bribe, you guys would have found it, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Give me a second. I think my co-counsel is going to have some questions for you.
Mr. Richardson,
Yes.
Is corruption a serious issue?
Yes. To me and to the San Andreas State Police, it is.
Okay. Would you guys say when you're investigating corruption that you definitely look down every avenue you can to investigate it?
Any avenue that appears to us as credible, yes, we will look into it.
Okay. Even the less credible ones you look into as well. Is that
We
correct?
do, yes, sometimes to lesser extent. It really depends whether the information that those lines are going to produce whether the information from those lines is beneficial to a case, and whether it's, like I said, going to reveal any information that's actually actionable.
Okay. And before this incident, had you met either of these individuals?
No.
Have you had a conversation with either of these individuals?
I've not actually spoken with these individuals. I've never been able to come face to face with them myself.
Have you attempted to try to contact them, or IA contact them?
I've attempted to reach them using phone numbers which I acquired during the case, but I think potentially our schedules never aligned. I was never able to get a hold of them on phone calls.
Okay. Did they ever try to reach out to you directly at all?
No.
And other individuals involved in regarding this complaint, as far as civilians go, is there anyone outside of Annie or either of the defendants that you spoke to about this?
There hasn't. I can't recall names, but in passing during my patrols as a standard state police officer, I have heard people discussing the topic of Adam Payne and his alleged bribery.
Okay. Let's go over what would happen or what could happen as a result of an investigation like this. Can an investigation like this maybe put a negative outlook on an officer?
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes in cases like this, it can be the case that regardless of what the findings of an investigation may be, that person's reputation is tarnished, and that will always be a black dot on their record in a sense.
Okay. And can that impact their employment with the San Andreas State Police?
It could, in theory, potentially do so, depending on who would be involved in decisions when regarding promotions. If somebody were to make decisions without being properly informed on the fact, they may just see that the individual has been accused of bribery in the past and move on from them in the selection process.
So would you say this could affect his livelihood?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. And do you feel like these statements, from your knowledge, were made to multiple individuals?
On occasions where I just recalled an individual who I saw talking about it actually. But yes, on occasion. Sorry, repeat the question.
Do you believe that this statement was made to multiple individuals?
I do.
The
yes.
public, the police?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that name that you just remembered?
With Hudson Welsh. I remember seeing him tweeting about Adam Payne taking bribes.
Okay. Did you ever speak to Mr. Welsh?
No. I saw the tweet. I was a little bit further into investigation when I was already I spoke to Adam Payne about that actually as part of the investigation, and it had been following a traffic stop between Mr. Payne and Mr. Welsh, and he informed me that it had come up in conversation about people saying he'd been taking bribes, and then Hudson Welsh apparently tweeted it following the traffic stop.
Okay. Do you believe that Adam Payne was sufficient in his duties in cooperating with the investigation?
Yes.
Did he ever give you any pushback?
No, he provided all the information I asked of him.
Okay. Did he ever make any statements that could have led to he possibly did it?
No. To my recollection, Adam Payne maintained his innocence throughout the duration of my investigation.
Okay. And would you say your investigation is concluded at this time?
Yes.
Okay. And was there any fault in the finding?
No. It was found that Adam Payne was not at fault. There was no credible evidence to prove his wrongdoing, alleged wrongdoing.
Was there even enough probable cause to arrest him on the fact?
No. I would say there was potentially reasonable suspicion to detain for questioning and such, but I wouldn't have been comfortable arresting him at any point during my investigation.
Okay, so the highest burden that you believe you reached was possibly reasonable suspicion.
Yes.
Okay. No further questions for the witness at this time, Your Honor. Prepared for defense to cross.
Anything from the respondent?
Yeah, I just got a couple. You are a trooper, correct? You are. You are.
Yes, I am a member of Sinclair
Yeah.
Police.
Are you close with Adam Payne?
Not particularly.
No. That's all, Your Honor.
I do have one more question for the witness.
Good.
Do you remember the amount that was said that Mr. Payne had received or believed he received as part of the bribe?
I don't recall an exact amount, no.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Anything further from the respondent?
No, we're done with this witness. But permission to approach the bench, sidebar.
Sure.
Your Honor, the witness can step down.
Mr. Richardson, you can sit down.
Your Honor, we request to call. I don't actually know his full legal name.
We know it, but we don't know
I
how to
don't know
say
if anyone knows how to say it, to be honest, Your Honor. We would request to call Bicky to the stand.
Deputy Bicky. Senior?
Again, can I? They didn't put this witness in their thing, and I don't really know what this has to do with anything. Yeah, who is this person?
You don't remember me?
Oh, I thought you were Ginger. I apologize.
You thought I was Scottish?
I thought you were Scottish or Irish, one of them. They're the same thing.
He's clearly Welsh, son.
This is the deputy that he earlier testified to having a conversation with.
All right. Do you still object?
No, that's fine then. Yeah.
All right. Proceed. Give me 1 second.
I can't wait for our surprise witness. Our surprise witness is gonna blow this case.
All right, just so your heads up, Your Honor, we have one more after him, and I think we're good.
Okay.
Whew.
Should we proceed, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you swear to raise your left hand or both your hands? Sorry. All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, Binky.
Here, witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, bailiff. Deputy Bicky, do you mind going ahead and stating your full name for the record for us?
Yes, sir. I'm Przemysław Wierzbicki.
Do you mind stating that one more time?
Slow.
Okay. Przemysław Wierzbicki.
Okay. Do you have any issues with the court referring to you as Bicky today?
No.
Okay. Do you mind stating your occupation?
Yes, I'm a senior deputy with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. How long have you been a deputy with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office?
Around 4 months now.
Do you remember having a conversation with either of the defendants today?
Yes, with both of them.
Okay. Do you mind going through the conversation you had with Mr. Cohen first?
So it was the same incident. They were both there together. They were at Rockford Police Department. I was just leaving the front door, and they both approached me saying that they wished to file a criminal complaint about somebody.
Okay. And who did they say that criminal complaint was about?
Adam Payne.
Okay. And you want to explain what they said Adam Payne did?
Sure. So I have it written in an email that I forwarded to State Police. Would I be able to refer to that?
No objections to referring, Your Honor.
Respondent?
I guess we'll allow it.
You can proceed.
Okay. So, two people who I'm just going to quote what I put here. Two people identified as Reginald Sinclair and Kyone Cohen. Their first question was if Adam Payne worked at Rockford Police Department, to which I said no, as the state police is primarily in La Mesa. They stated to me that somebody of that name had coerced them into buying a mystery box for $1,000 while holding his hand on his gun to coerce them into doing so. They said they felt threatened to buy the box, and they then gave me the contents of the box.
Okay. And what were the contents of the box?
It was a lot. It was not much. It was one bag of White Widow marijuana, 2 small rolls of marked notes, 1 bag of mushrooms, and 1 bag of amnesia marijuana.
Okay, and who did they state they got this from?
From Adam Payne.
Okay. Did you have any conversations with Mr. Payne about this?
I did not. I immediately, once I realized what it was actually about, I contacted members of command and the state police.
Do you remember who you contacted?
Yes. The only command member on duty at the time was Merlin Savage of Major Crimes, and then he referred me to send it to state police, including Captain Richardson, in an official email with the evidence.
Okay. Was Mr. Richardson was looped in on all this?
Yes.
Did you have any other conversations with either of the alleged individuals?
Not that I can recall, no.
Okay. Have you worked with Adam Payne in the past?
Yes.
Have you witnessed him taking any bribes ever?
No, never.
Have you ever witnessed him committing any forms of corruption, abuse of office, anything like that?
Never.
No further questions at this time, Your Honor. Defense can cross.
Anything from the respondent? Mm-hmm.
Wait, so somebody's been accused of corruption, you're defending them?
Young man, you mentioned a mystery box, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
We're suing.
You're suing.
Are you aware, young
Lower
man,
your voice, I can hear you.
that anyone could purchase a mystery box for just $1,000?
Just
Oh, that's a good price.
I'm bored.
No,
Yo,
sir.
Rick, can you let me out, mate?
$1,000, y'all could purchase
Let me through.
a mystery box.
Sorry,
Anyone in this courtroom could purchase a mystery box for just $1,000.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
I wasn't aware of that, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, there we
Would
go.
you say that's a good deal, son?
I mean, I'm not sure. You said you felt coerced to do it, so I'm not sure. I wouldn't say so.
That's it, Your Honor. That's all.
We're good with this witness, Your Honor.
You can step down. Thank you for your time.
All right. Our last witness, Your Honor, we'd like to call Mr. Payne.
Yeah.
I'll do some introduction, and then you close it out. Or you want to do it?
All right, can you raise your left hand or both your hands?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I'm gonna just let him talk.
I do.
All right, so sworn in.
Thank you. Your witness.
Mr. Payne, can you state your name, occupations, and/or titles that you hold?
Yeah, I'm just trying to grab a seat here real quick.
Yeah, just have a seat. You can sit.
I might stand, actually. Can you
All
repeat
right.
the question?
Yeah, can you just tell the court your name, occupation, and titles that you may hold?
Yeah. My name is Adam Payne. I am a trooper within the San Andreas State Police. I am a 7 times NBA ring winner. 8th coming soon, preseason starting October.
All right. Mr. Payne, we are here today because you have been accused of allegedly taking a bribe, and all findings have found that to be false. Can you tell us your thoughts on that and how this has affected you?
Yes, so this has been going on for months at this point. I believe the initial arrest had to be a few months ago at this point. Since then, the 2 individuals have taken it to spread this rumor that I accepted a bribe for the past few months, and now it's affected my daily job, talking to civilians around the street. Twitter is often plastered with it. The fake publication of a book, alongside my family members being affected by my potential loss of income if I were to be fired for this, as well as my job prospects and moving up, getting promotions, etc. It's all been a very emotionally toiling time.
And I could see why. Especially hearing some of what Captain Richardson said about how it affects you and your duties. Can you tell me how many people have brought this up to you while on patrol?
No less than 10.
No less than 10.
Yeah,
So more.
officers, criminals,
even your
regular
fellow
citizens of
officers?
the state. Yep.
Really? Do they?
One of those is Sam Castro.
Oh, so Mr. Castro made jokes about you accepting a bribe,
Yes, he did.
allegedly. All right. What about Twitter? What are some things you've seen on Twitter?
I believe one of the two individuals. I'm unsure if it's in the docket. They posted pictures of a fake publication of a book. That has my name plastered on it. The art of taking a bribe or something like that. There have been tweets saying I take bribes. Whenever I make my usual Twitter posts of keep safe, follow traffic laws, I often get replies talking about bribes.
Objection. Sorry, I was objection. I don't know why he's talking about tweets. I only made Ys.
Sorry, Wise. Well,
Thank
would
you.
there be yeets?
Oh, yeets. Go ahead. Yeah, yeets is good. I like
Yes,
that.
multiple yeets. He has been yeeting a lot, and these yeets really do affect me. The yeets be yeeting.
Damn straight.
I can see. So, Mr. Payne, on this traffic stop, the alleged bribe amount they tried to give you, did they try to give it to you, or did they actually give it to you? Can you explain that for us and how that all worked out?
They did. They threw the money at me. I didn't really have a choice in the matter, and I gave it straight back. And I
And
said
how
to
much?
them specifically, I don't want your dirty money. $200.
$200. All right. Did they ever offer you any money after that?
In this very courtroom, Kyone Cohen gave me $500 and said, "You're used to this," and I gave it straight back once again. Clayton Green in the corner there was witness to this.
In this courtroom today.
In this very
He
courtroom.
tried to give you another $500. Was there any stipulations with that $500?
Absolutely none. He just gave me the money.
So would you consider that part of a bribe, or would you say that was just more him?
Honestly, no.
Why do you think he tried to
because,
give you more money?
Well, bribery is given with the intent to receive a service, and this time, just like last time, no service was given from me. I gave the money straight back and continued with what I was going to do originally. The first time it was arresting them. The second time, it was getting them out of my face.
Interesting. I'm going to let Mr. Hagen finish up here.
So let's go to the accusation and kind of what happened and transpired in court today. So were you standing over? Where were you standing when he tried to give you money?
In the courtroom.
Yeah, where were you standing in the courtroom?
So it was during the most recent 2-minute recess. I was stood on the right side chair, my right, just waiting for the recess to be over. Some words were exchanged between myself and the two parties. They muttered something, and I said, "What did you say?" All of a sudden, Mr. Cohen throws $500 at me, and I'm sorry, I just need a moment. This has really affected my life.
You're good. Take your time.
If I can confer with you real quick, Mr. Hagen, while he regathers himself.
Those crocodile tears.
I know crocodile tears.
Giant crocodile and his tears right there.
Alligator tears.
Okay. So yes, they gave me that $500 during the recess. I gave it straight back, and I walked over to the gallery after that. And Mr. Green over there was witness to the whole thing. I believe he only filmed me giving the money back, but he was aware of it happening.
Okay. So he was aware that Mr. Cohen gave you $500.
Yes.
Okay. And then you gave that money directly back to him. About how long did it take you to give the money back?
About 6 seconds.
Okay. And you never asked for his money? You just kind of just threw it at you?
He did, yes. Didn't ask for a thing.
Okay.
I never asked for any of this.
Your Honor, at this time, plaintiff would motion for a contempt of court as well as a charge of obstruction of justice due to the actions of Mr. Cohen in the courtroom today. He's greatly tampered with the legal system in the state by doing what he just did.
There's no evidence of this. It's just
It's hearsay.
I mean, if you want evidence,
I would like to know our sidebar session where they try to use or submit evidence, Your Honor.
yeah, of him giving me money. Yeah, I would also like to use that.
Let's move to a sidebar. Mr. Payne, if you can step down temporarily, please. Just remember you're still under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
Rick, can you come here, please?
So
Is the plaintiff ready?
Yeah, plaintiff is ready, Your Honor.
Okay. You can call him to the stand. We'll get him sworn in, and we'll proceed with that line of questioning.
Your Honor, plaintiff requests to call Clayton Green to the stand.
Objection.
Continue to stand.
I will
Yes.
green screen myself in for the post.
Yeah, you're fine to stand right there. Just wait for my bailiff to come and swear you in.
Okay, perfect.
All right, perfect. All right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, officer.
All right, he's been sworn in.
Your witness,
Not an
officer.
Mr. Green, you've been in the courtroom for all of the trial today. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And did you witness any interactions between the plaintiff and the defendant?
They have been going up and down. Yes, I have seen them. A lot of activity today.
Okay. Do you remember seeing any activity where money was exchanged?
I was the one who recorded the video, so yes, I did see an exchange.
Okay. And who did you see exchange money with who?
When I was standing in the middle of the court, I was reaching for my camera, and when I pulled it out and hit record, I saw Adam Payne hand money to Cohen.
Did he say anything?
Did Adam Payne
Correct.
say anything, or Cohen?
Go Adam Payne first.
No, I recall Adam Payne turning around, and I think he was a little. I wasn't sure. Cohen might have said something. It was a little muffled. I might have been too far away from him, but I did turn as something was going down.
Okay. And do you remember Mr. Cohen saying anything? Or is it too muffled as well?
He, I think Cohen called him saying, "You can have this."
Okay. Saying you can have this to Mr. Payne?
I believe so, yes. But I was reaching for my camera, and my head was down. I'm not sure what that is in reference to.
I do have a few questions. When you were getting your camera out to record, were you requested to do that?
I am part of Weasel News. We are doing a segment called "Cameras in the Courtroom."
Yeah, no, but you said you were getting your camera out when this alleged exchange happened, correct?
Yes, I was in the middle of the courtroom, so I was shuffling around.
Were you doing that as your duties as Weasel News, or did anybody ask you to record a specific interaction?
Objection, relevance. I mean, the recording isn't like admissible here anyway. It's only his own testimony from what he saw. I don't see why he's not on trial here, Your Honor.
Correct, Your Honor. But he is a witness, and he's allowed to testify to the events that he saw and heard.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I don't mind answering. Usually during recesses, I would go up to the defendant or the plaintiff regarding like a small interview. It's like, how do you feel like the courtroom is going? And typically it's for B footage at the end of the segments. So yes, I would be moving around during the courtroom.
All right, but my question is though, were you asked to particularly record a situation in the courtroom?
No, I was not. It was
Okay.
it was just running.
Okay. And does I take it you have audio, correct?
Yes, I have audio.
All right. And just so I clarify this, so you heard Mr. Cohen say you can have this, and as you were pulling your camera out, you saw Mr. Payne give Cohen $500 or whatever
Yes,
the amount was.
yes.
Mr. Solis, just one second.
Okay.
All right, sorry, you can continue.
I think that's. I mean, did you get my last question? Were you able to hear that? The last question they answered.
I was not. Can you please repeat that?
Well, I don't remember it. Damn it.
Oh,
Oh, so it was. Based off your statement, I'm just gonna full circle it back, and I just need you to verify that what I'm saying is correct.
Okay, for sure.
So, you saw Mr. Cohen walk up to Mr. Payne. You heard Mr. Cohen state, "You can have this."
Objection.
What's your objection?
It's kind of like a misjudgment. He said that he was muffled. He thinks that he may have heard that, but it was.
Regardless, my clerk just testified to me that she heard it too, so it's gonna be standing as is.
So
You
then
didn't
said
even
you
ask the
can have
question now,
this.
Joey. Joey, you're good. Joey, you
Okay,
don't even need to
all
ask
right,
it.
all right.
A court cleared some mandatory reporter and just reported it.
Got it.
Okay.
Your
So-
Honor, no further questions.
No
For
further
the witness and
questions.
relations.
Any questions from the respondent to the witness?
Mr. Clayton, you're a member of Forliaze Dojo, correct?
I was, but you guys haven't really done advertisements for it, so I don't know if my membership is
There's
still
a
active.
There's a 2-for-1 deal today. Clayton.
There's a
Yeah,
2-for-1
yeah.
deal. I remember.
Oh, Hagen, do you want to
We
sign up
didn't
with
know.
me?
I'm thinking about it. Sounds like a pretty good deal.
What level were you in
I
the
am-
dojo?
You reminded me I'm level 0.
Oh, that's-
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh, that's
He's level
embarrassing.
1. There is no level
Oh, there you
0.
go.
Forgive me, Your Honor.
And level 1 is below level 72, right?
Yes, it is.
That's all, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further from the plaintiff before I make my ruling on this?
I don't think so, Your Honor. Well, we playing?
No.
No.
Carry on.
I think we're good.
For the response.
Okay. Through testimony,
we reaffirm our motion, Your Honor.
Through testimony coupled with the statement provided by my court clerk, I hereby find Kyone Cohen. I'll be charging Kyone Cohen with perjury, civil contempt, obstruction of justice. You'll be sentenced to 60 months in Bolingbrook and charged a $5,000 fine.
What?
See
Oh, we still doing that now? Wait, what happens to the court?
He's allowed to finish court, Rick.
Correct. I'm just gonna have him go into the back room really quickly just to take a plea, and then we'll come back to court. We'll be entering a 10-minute recess.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Smoke break.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What the bloody
bro.
hell was that?
This. Come on.
Oh, where'd everyone go? Everyone's left. Did they arrest Adam Payne too? Oh no, there he is.
Yeah,
Plaintiff's prepared to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you proceeding with your witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is the respondent ready to proceed?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Okay. We can proceed forward.
All right, Mr. Payne, we just have just a couple more questions for you, and then we'll be ready for cross here. Can you please explain to me how these sort of statements made to the public can affect your career?
Of course. So, obviously, the IA was proven to have no evidence against myself taking a bribe, but of course, the court public opinion is a different matter. This can still affect promotions. It can affect my, public image as a sworn servant of this great state. And no matter what, this is going to leave a dark mark on my past that these two men have concocted, and no matter what I do, it's going to follow me wherever I go. I'm just hoping today we can see some form of justice.
Okay. And has this made clocking on duty any more difficult than it was before this?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm often hounded on calls, traffic stops, general calls itself, where people don't have the trust in me that they used to. I've been an officer for over 2 years at this point, and it's definitely affected the way I can interact with citizens of the state and the amount of trust that they put in me for their safety.
Okay. If you had one goal out of all of this, what would it be?
I'd like to clear my name. I'd like to see some kind of justice for this, and most of all, I want my family to be financially stable, and losing my job over this or not getting any form of promotion, as well as numerous other dangers. Advertising my name over Twitter, it can be very scary. So all in all, I'd just like my name to be cleared in the court of public opinion.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor. We're prepared for cross, and thank you, Mr. Payne, for your bravery up there on the stand today.
Thank you.
Respondents.
All right. I'm just gonna get some prelude before we get to the all filling. So, in the arrest.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, he's
Apologies.
coming at me, Your Honor.
I'm just trying to sit down. I'm sorry. There you go.
Oh gosh. Oh. Okay. In the arrest, where you did the arrest, you
Can you specify which arrest? Sorry.
the arrest of me and Mr. Sinclair when you put us over for the
Okay.
yeah. Why did you chase that man?
The reason was the CAD alert was going off of someone stealing a car. The individual that was running away, if they were stealing the car, they wouldn't be running away from the car. You were in the passenger seat at the time, and also you did testify on scene under Miranda that your dojo master, whatever you want to call him, had instructed you to get the car as you were trying to save someone or something or another.
Returning
but
to its
the
owner,
way
yeah,
you positioned in the car when I arrived, as well as the call being a car being stolen in progress, led me to believe that you were in fact the person pushing someone out of their running car.
You saw me push him?
No, I saw you in the passenger seat with the driver running away. But I don't see that as relevant. You pled
No,
guilty
it's
to the
not. It's
charge,
not.
correct?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And you don't think you don't usually detain people? Like, why did you detain Mr. Sinclair over here at the time?
Because he was directly on scene. He was talking with you, so I took that to mean you guys know each other. So
okay.
I detained him and placed you under arrest until I asked him more questions, and he said he told you to do it. So at that point, he was an accessory to the crime.
All right. Thanks for sticking with me through that. Right. So now down to the bribe, the brass tacks right here. You took a bribe, right?
No.
You had money that you didn't previously have after the encounter with us.
No.
Okay. I mean, you said
you gave me $200. I immediately gave that money back, so I left the account with
because it wasn't
exactly the
enough,
same
right?
amount of money.
Because it wasn't enough.
Objection.
What's the objection?
A badgering, Your Honor. Witness is not treated as hostile.
That's true.
Badgering,
I was badgering. Yes.
Argumentative.
Move on, please.
All right. So there was this one. Okay, so you were given that money then. Were you given any more money from that any other times throughout this whole incident?
In general, I earn a paycheck.
Anyway, I mean from either of us.
Oh,
not our tax dollars. You know,
in
like,
this courtroom, yes. When you gave me $500.
No, I mean with the incident, sir. I mean, okay. So you claim I handed you $200 on the. Was that on the in the cells, or was that next to the scene?
That was at the roadside.
All right, and then that was the only time you received money from us, either of us.
You may have also tried to hand it to me in the cells. I don't recall completely. Yeah.
Oh, you having trouble recalling? You got a bad memory?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I just focused on the first one because that was the one that startled me. I didn't want your $200. Frankly, I earn more than $200. I don't need that kind of money. I think we're paid fairly for the amount we do, and that's to dissuade us from taking bribes from people like yourself.
Oh, ouch. So, do you remember talking to Sam Castro after this incident, or during this incident in the cells?
Directly after or during?
During. We'll say during.
Okay.
Before you had sent either of us up to the old slammer there.
I remember he was in the station. I had some passing words with him.
Do you remember these passing words?
I don't.
You don't remember if it was anything to do with you don't remember talking about a bribe at all?
I don't recall.
All right.
I don't recall many conversations with Sam Castro.
That makes sense. Can't blame you.
Tony Castro, though.
Oh, yeah. That guy's great. Best Castro. When you were arresting us, did you remember telling us about what would happen if we didn't plead guilty?
That you'd go to trial?
Do you remember telling us about how we would be held in jail until the trial?
Rejection or relevance to the entire case. The case is about bribery, not the criminal charges.
I feel like this has already been opened up. We've talked about this extensively with other witnesses. I feel like it's a good...
What was the question again, please?
Does he remember saying, hey, if you didn't plead guilty, you're going to be held until trial in jail?
I'd also like to add, we never brought it up. It was brought up by the individual himself on his own accord.
I don't think that's true.
What are you stating the relevance is?
The relevance?
Yeah.
It's like that he was trying to back us into a corner here. Kind of like, hey, give us more money.
So I want to clear something for the record for all parties at this time. So reviewing the entire statement of facts, the claim, what has been testified on several different occasions today, I want to make it clear, not once do I ever think that... 1 second, I'm pulling up because there's too many people talking, I'm forgetting names. 1 second. That Adam Payne attempted to bribe anyone. At this point in time, I believe you're the one that attempted to bribe Adam Payne. So
that's what I'm saying. Yes, yeah.
Which I hope you understand is a crime, and unfortunately, due to statute of limitations, you can't be charged.
That's right.
But
yeah,
I'm not really understanding what you're trying to get at, especially with this line of questioning.
Is this customary? That's kind of what I'm going at. Is this the standard thing? To be held until trial? I mean, without...
Your Honor, without understanding the entire circumstances of the case, there's no way to tell if you had been held for trial or any of the statements made, whether they were factual or not.
I mean, that's why I'm asking him. He could say, hey, yeah, I did say that. And then boom, we got it.
Well, no, because there's entire bills around this.
In addition to that, once you plead not guilty or whatever the case may be, it's out of PD's hands. It goes into the Department of Justice, and he wouldn't have any recollection of what goes on thereafter.
All right, that's fine. You know what? I'll move on. I got it. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Mr. Adam Payne, have you actually faced any noticeable repercussions that was actually fully detrimental to you through these bribe-taking claims, we'll call them?
Yes, I've had numerous other people attempt to give me money as a joke.
Oh.
I did have a Cornelius, can't remember his second name, tried to do the same thing as you, saying, "I heard you take bribes," and it was at an ATM robbery. So again, I'm just gonna have to go through this whole debacle of giving their money back. They make up some false accusations, and that's why I want to clear the name. I've also been spoken to by IA, of course. It was testified earlier.
You don't like IA?
No, I do like IA. It's a necessary force, but I don't want to be on. No one wants to be on the radar of IA, especially for something they didn't do.
I mean, yeah. I mean, would you not want to speak to him to clear your name? I feel that would feel pretty good, right?
That's what this case is for, sir.
Right. So people were giving you money, and you didn't like that.
People were attempting to bribe me. I didn't like that.
Oh, right.
I'm an honest working cop.
You'd never
have been for over 2 years.
You'd never been bribed before our encounter?
No, I've never accepted a bribe ever.
You've never had a. Actually, no, scratch that one. Do you own a house, Mr. Sinclair? Not Sinclair.
That's my name, son.
Oh my gosh, so many names.
Objection, Your
Payne.
Honor, relevance.
I don't own a house, by the way.
I mean, I can finish it up in one question.
What? Repeat the question.
Do you own like a house?
Where is that relevancy to any line of question?
Money, Your Honor. This is all down to money.
I'm happy to answer, Your Honor, if you want.
Yeah, it's a simple. It'll be like 1-2 questions.
Are we allowing this through the plaintiff?
If he wants to answer, he can answer, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't. I rent an apartment. I'm a simple man.
Oh, you rent an apartment?
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. Damn. You got me. You got me, Adam.
Could I take up this line of questioning, please?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Sinclair.
You say you own an apartment, young man.
I rent an apartment.
You rent an apartment. Whereabouts do you rent this apartment?
I don't feel safe telling you that because numerous
Okay. You
police
don't have to
reports.
tell. Is it a nice apartment? You proud of your apartment?
It's middle of the line. It costs me about $4,000 a month.
Oh, that's a lot of money. That's got to be over $6,000 a year almost. Wait, more than that.
Probably over $6,000 a year. Yeah.
60. All right. And you own a car at all, young man?
Not over $60,000 a month. No, $60,000 a year. I do. I own one car.
One car. Is it a nice car? You proud of the car?
Again, it's a mid-range. It's a Comet. I believe it was about $50,000.
$50,000. That's a lot of money for a man of your age, of your position in the police force.
I don't know if it is. I think I live pretty well within my means. I am a 7 times NBA ring winner. There is a lot more money I could be earning if I chose to.
I'm sure there are. So you're telling me that your modest police salary was able to pay for this very nice apartment and this very nice car of yours?
I wouldn't say it's a very nice apartment. It's pretty standard.
Well, I mean, I don't own an apartment myself. I'm 74 years old. I can't afford it.
Wow.
It's nice to know though that some of us are able to afford an apartment. But tell me, young man, how do you pay for this apartment?
With my
your
salary.
Well, you have to pay for groceries, and you got to pay for the gas, and you got to pay for the electricity.
Yes.
And you got to treat yourself as well, don't you? And you afford all of this.
I don't particularly treat myself.
Is that a
usually I
designer
spend most
jacket
of my
you're
money.
wearing?
No, I got this from Binco.
Oh, is that right? So you won't have a receipt for it. What about those glasses of yours?
Your Honor, this entire line of
Designer-
questioning at this point has
designer
gone
hair.
way outside the realm
No
of
brands.
relevance.
All right, what I'm trying to say.
I do spend some money on my wife. That's about it.
Oh, that's very good of you, son. You have a wife as well. Do you have any children at all?
I don't.
Well, I'm sure that you would be worried about the future for your children. You would want to make sure that they have a good,
All right, I'm
you
gonna
have a good
object
income,
again.
right? You want to make sure that you have.
Extremely out of scope.
Hold on. There's an objection.
It's out of scope. None of this is relevant.
I'm about to make
We've
it
let
relevant.
it-
As well
let
as
it
Your
go
Honor,
on
that
for
was
long
kind of
enough.
on the edge of uttering threats, to be honest.
I didn't hear a threat in there. Point to the threat,
No,
son.
yeah, where's the threat?
Children are irrelevant to the argument at
No, I
hand.
would say they are very relevant. To a man who's worried about his future, about his children's future, he would want to make sure they have a sustainable
children,
income.
sir.
Well, in the future, you might too. You and your wife may want that.
Again, none of it's
So
relevant.
maybe a gentleman would want to ensure that his maybe wife, maybe his future children, maybe he wants to make sure that they got enough money to suit them for the future, so that they can have a good lifestyle like he enjoys right now. That's what I'm trying to get at. Maybe a gentleman like that will go to extreme lengths to try and get the money. Maybe a gentleman will do something that's slightly above the law, something that he himself doesn't like, but he feels like he's got to do.
Sir,
Maybe
do
a
you
gentleman.
think $200 would change that?
I think it would from one person. But you add up all the people that you have victimized, and I think you have a pretty penny there, son. And I want to say, son, that I understand. I understand why you did it. Because you wanted to look after your wife. You wanted to get a little change going for any future children, any future holidays that you have planned. I want to say something that I forgive you. I forgive you for what you did. What I'm trying to get at is that the money had to come from somewhere.
Your Honor,
and if it didn't
we
come
would
from
still
his job,
establish relevance. At this point, he's just rambling and testifying. So objection to out of scope,
He's a
objection to
senior
relevance,
citizen.
objection to
I am no
counsel
rambling, son.
testifying.
You need to move on. You are testifying, sir.
but I would like. Well, that's all I got, son. But I just want you to know, son, I forgive you.
Wow, that's so.
I forgive you, Mr. Payne. Accept it in your heart, please.
Just please don't contact me again, sir. Thank you.
I just got some follow-ups, Your Honor, and then we'll be good.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Payne, after hearing that long spiel, him trying to make everybody feel bad for him, would you say what you have and what you could have is a lot lower? So your minimal apartment, the regular car, you could have more, correct?
I could, yes. I do have a good amount saved up for the future, and I also, luckily, I don't need to work as often because I have a well-paying job and very fairly paid. I've never been in this for the money. I am in it to serve the state.
And would it be fair to say that most officers have nice houses, a bunch of cars, things like that?
I would say
because of their pay.
I would say I'm one of the least asset-rich officers on the force.
That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Payne.
Anything further from the respondent?
Well, I don't see the relevancy of that. Just because he doesn't have the assets doesn't mean that he ain't got it in the bank accounts.
The relevance was he didn't need it.
My bad.
I would like to testify against Mr. Cohen.
No.
I'm joking. Okay, let's carry on now.
We're good with him. Yeah, Your Honor.
Yeah, Your Honor, he can step down.
I can't. One moment. I have one more, or maybe two. It's okay. This will be short. Yeah, I know. Mr. Payne, you wrote a book, correct?
I did not.
No?
No, that was falsely created. Merely a cover of a book.
Oh, right. Oh, so you don't have access to this, but you never wrote this book, you're saying?
I did not know. It was falsely attributed to me.
Interesting. All right. That's all, Your Honor.
Plaintiff.
We're done, Your Honor, with this witness.
All right, you can step down. Thank you for your time.
Plaintiff
any
is
other
prepared
witnesses?
Plaintiff is prepared to arrest, Your Honor.
All right, respondent, your first witness. All right, plaintiff, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, bailiff, counsels from both sides, media here with us today in the gallery. I'm going to take you back to the year 1734. Why is this relevant to this case, you may ask? Because a man John Peter Zenger. That's why it's relevant. We look back at defamation, libel in the United States history. We look at where this all started and why it's a thing. We look at its exceptions for freedom of speech, freedom of press, and we look for the way the courts have previously ruled on these instances. In 1734, Mr. John Peter Zenger was arrested and imprisoned for 8 months for printing attacks on the governor of a colony. Yeah, we're that far back. This has been around for a long time. Zenger ended up winning his case at the end of the day and was acquitted on all charges by a jury in 1735. His counsel, actually, Andrew Hamilton, went into the First Amendment of the United States, the constitutionality of the freedom of speech. We look at what you're allowed to do and what you're allowed to say. Then we look at present day. We're going to go to Lexi Fields v. Bevins Garvey. And Your Honor, I can shoot you a copy of this case if you need it. It's going to be 2022 CV 007.
I found it.
So we're going to look at the ruling from the honorable judge that sat at trial that day. The court found Bevins Garvey liable for defamation against Lexi Fields, an officer of the Blaines County Sheriff's Office. And he set criteria. This criteria has been well established in law. And that criteria is as follows. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to list the criteria, and then I'm going to list where it was impacted. A false statement perpetrating to be a fact. The false statement made in this case was the bribe. And they tried to make that into a fact. The next is going to be the publication or communication of the statement to a third person. In this case, it's multiple people. It's not even just a single individual. And it was attempted to go public through means of the media. Then we're going to look at the third, fault amounting to least to negligence. This is completely negligent from the defendants to make these accusations towards Mr. Payne, an honored, well-serviced trooper of the San Andreas State Police. Then we'll get 4, damages. So there has to be some sort of damage that was done. So you may ask in this case, he wasn't fired. Was there damages done? Yes. His image is still at the end of the day damaged. I mean, we heard Mr. Payne testify today in front of the court that he's had other people attempt to try to bribe him because of this alleged allegation. We've heard that he had to have conversations with IA. And we've understood from Mr. Richardson what the outcome of those IA complaints were. We also understand from Mr. Richardson that regardless of the outcome of the IA complaint, it can still be seen as a black mark on Mr. Payne's record. And if somebody sees this during hiring, they might look at him in a different light. We asked the court, in this case, to award damages to the plaintiff, Adam Payne, in their full amount. And if it's not in their full amount, we ask it at least be serviceable and at least cover the damages done to the reputation of Mr. Payne. We also request the court to request an apology in exchange for possibly some of the funds requested inside of this to be made publicly to all the individuals to try to clear Mr. Payne's name from their reckless negligence and wrongdoing of the defendants. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the court. Thank you for seeing the administration of justice today.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Responding. You're closing.
All right, Your Honor, I think you have a very easy decision ahead of you. You have right here a honored member of society, Adam Payne, and you have 2 nobodies that no one's heard of and no one's going to hear of again once we walk out this courtroom. It's a very easy decision to make. But I ask you, one moment. You have an opportunity today, son, to stand up in the face of tyranny. You have the opportunity to go toe-to-toe with corruption. It's not often that you have that opportunity. And you know what they say, son, that they say that evil will prosper when good men do nothing. I believe, son, Your Honor, that you will do good today. Because I tell you, Mr. Adam Payne, he looks like a good man. And I promise you that the devil looks like a good man. The devil is your best friend until he comes up to you and he slides the dagger into your rib cage. Your Honor, I want you to understand that me and Mr. Cohen, we're just two nobodies. We're hard-working citizens. We try our best. Mr. Payne, he's got everyone on his side, and I understand that. All I ask of Your Honor is that you look at us, because me and Mr. Cohen, we represent the people. We represent the voiceless, the people who don't got no support, they don't got the backbone of society with them. They're just nobody. They get trampled on by the iron fist of the fat cats upstairs. You got to understand that. We work hard. I used to be an actor. I had to take up karate because I couldn't afford my own rent. I don't even have a house. I live in a box I sell boxes because that's all I know. It's all I've got. Your Honor, you're a good man. And lastly, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Cohen for being a strong, supportive friend of me during this entire thing. I would like to thank you, Your Honor, for listening to us today. But lastly, I would like to thank Mr. Adam Payne, because after everything that happened, he broke me down. He tore me to pieces, and I had to pick up those pieces, Your Honor. But I believe that I rebuilt myself as a better man. I hope I could learn something from this. Hope we could all learn something from this. That the little man doesn't have to be trampled on. One day. That's it, Your Honor. I hope you make the right decision.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for their time today. I'll be going into a 10 to 20 minute recess while I deliberate, come to a conclusion for this matter. Until then, feel free to move amongst the courtroom as you so please.
I feel very calm. The judge is in there right now coming to the right decision.
See, I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know if you saw it, but Adam Payne and this judge shot each other a look. There was an unspoken message between them. I wouldn't be surprised if Adam Payne has judges in his pocket too. We might be one of the only few that really are standing against Adam Payne here.
We are the voiceless, the unheard.
I mean, we had video evidence of Adam Payne passing me money, and the judge was like, "Nope, nothing wrong there." I mean, look, you can edit in that footage right now. Look at that.
Take it back, son.
And then it shows.
Get away
And then
from
you see that? You see that? Offering me money right there, trying to give me back that bribe money, that dirty money. Gosh, oh gosh, it's appalling.
Yeah, it was very, clear and evident, but there is a courtroom filled with judges and,
yeah, I hate that.
Transcripts happening. So I suppose one of the staff.
Wait, was they recording what we were saying?
Yeah, they are recording everything for the courtroom.
Oh, that's good. Good that the 2-for-1 offer got out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, my name's Reginald Sinclair. I'm the owner of Fuliasi Dojo, and you should join. Can you really afford not to join? That's the real question. It costs $1,000 to join, but can you afford not to?
Cost you
That's
a lot
the
more
question.
to not join. Cost you. What the heck was that?
Is there a fight going on out there?
There's a fight going on.
Oh, what is the judge doing?
And hey, and you know what's happening up in there? That person can't defend themselves. But you know how they could? If they knew karate.
That's right. That's
Get
our
yourself
pitch.
down to Fuliase Dojo with Sensei Sinclair, an ace student, Kyone Cohen.
Well, we're actually a mobile dojo, We kind of come to you.
Yeah, well, after they took our dojo, we had to move it out into the thing. If you want my number, call me at 839-0226-236. That's 839-0226-236.
You could say that again.
For a better life. I won't say it again. I said it twice.
Yeah, and how long is this 2-for-1 promo happening for?
Well, it was actually just for this case, I'm afraid.
This exact case? Are you sure?
Just this
Appreciate
one
it.
case. Well, we do other offers.
We do other offers.
Okay. What's next week's promo? Now that the court case is ending
Next
soon.
week promo. Well, you see, I also sell mystery boxes, so that if you were to sign up and say next week, maybe you get 20% off a mystery box.
Yeah, and if you get the mystery box, you can get a 5% discount on. Well, maybe you can get a 5% discount inside of the karate lessons. So it just pays for itself.
Can you really afford not to? That's the question.
Can you afford not to? Exactly.
You may be seated. So before we proceed with my ruling, I want to state for the general court record, which will also be posted to the docket, it was reported that Mr. Cohen handed Mr. Payne money, which Mr. Cohen returned. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Cohen requested a sidebar requesting the case be mistrialed that Mr. Payne had attempted to give him money. After short testimony by Clayton Green and a side conversation with court clerk Willow Holloway, it was deemed that Mr. Cohen lied to the court about the incidents that unfolded, therefore earning himself a charge of perjury. He also attempted to get the case mistrial, therefore earning him an obstruction of justice charge. And finally, due to interfering with a court proceeding, he earned himself a civil contempt charge. Magistrate Tobias Tart took a plea of not guilty on perjury and obstruction of justice and was released on bail in the amount of, I believe, $5,000, but is still ordered to pay the fine of $5,000 for civil contempt of court, which is non-appealable and non-pleadable. Moving on to my ruling in the matter of 2023 CV 083, Adam Payne versus Kyone Cohen and Reginald Sinclair. The plaintiff alleges defamation in regards to Kyone Cohen and Reginald Sinclair, stating that Mr. Payne is corrupt and bribed them both. Following 2022 CV 007 Lexi Fields versus Bevins Garvey, in order to prove defamation, the court must review 4 different aspects to enforce the validity of the claim. Number 1, a false statement purporting to be fact. Number 2, publication or communication of the statement to a third party. Number 3, fault amounting to at least negligence. And number 4, damages or some harm caused to the person or entity who is subject of the statement. Throughout the testimony here today on several different occasions, by Mr. Cohen's own admission, he was the one who did indeed attempt to bribe Mr. Payne. Had Mr. Payne accepted the money, proceeded forward with quote-unquote his end of the bargain by letting the 2 individuals go, we'd be looking at a completely different case. But again, through testimony today by Mr. Cohen and several other witnesses, they were in fact sentenced to hijacking. Therefore, the first aspect of false statement has been met. Mr. Cohen, by his own admission, spoke with many people, including 2 private investigators, Mr. Reginald Sinclair, Joey Solis. He also stated that he may have tweeted it out, as well as Weasel News. He stated that he spoke with Weasel News, Annie Steele Wren, in an attempt to inform the public and take down a corrupt officer, intentionally trying to make these statements publicly, enforcing that the second requirement of making the statement to a third party or publication has been met. Faulting amounting to at least negligence has also been met, as the diligence had not been thoroughly met. Mr. Payne suffered questions throughout many members of his department and the general public. He also suffered through an internal affairs investigation and many other questions, checking off the last 2 criteria. It is in this court's humble opinion that not only did Mr. Payne not commit any form of bribery, corruption, or any crime here, but instead both Mr. Cohen and Mr. Sinclair committed several crimes throughout their testimonies. Fortunately for them, all of the crimes committed today are long past the statute of limitations, and therefore the court will not be imposing any criminal charges other than the ones outlined at the beginning of this statement. This court, after applying the 4-part test as outlined in 2022 CV 007, hereby finds in favor of the plaintiff. This court hereby grants the respondent 2 options, which is number 1, they can post in a public apology on whatever it's called today, Twitter, and pay a fine in the amount of $2,000, or they may skip the apology and pay a fine in the amount of $15,000. Additionally, as previously stated on the court record, Mr. Cohen is being charged with civil contempt of court in the amount of $5,000, perjury in the amount of 30 months, and obstruction of justice in the amount of 30 months. I will allow both respondents to make their decision and pay the plaintiff no later than 30 days from the date and time of this ruling. Court is adjourned. Thank you for your time, everybody.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're cut off in frame. I'm sorry.
Who, Castro? We don't really need Castro.
Yeah, Castro's
It is fine. Leave him kind of off in the frame. That's fine.
Yeah, he has half his head. All right. So O'Hagan, I'd like you to just kind of lead us in. How did the court case go as how you expected it was going to happen?
Yeah, so I think what we watched today and what we all witnessed was that making false allegations about an officer or any of one for that matter is, can be detrimental to the individual. And I think through the administration of justice today, it was proven that these statements were made, that these statements were in fact false, and that these statements did in fact cause harm to Mr. Payne. And my heart goes out to Mr. Payne and his family dealing with this difficult time.
Leading into that, Adam, how have you and your wife, you've suffered a lot, like a lot of these allegations happened today. Do you feel like, justice was served today?
I do. I think it's been a long few months of having to deal with daily comments, daily jokes at my expense, and also a dark mark on my past that won't go for the foreseen future. I'm proud to have had my two excellent counsel with me, and I think they've done a great job clearing my name. And I only hope that Mr. Cohen, Mr. Sinclair, really think back on what they've done and trying to tear down an honest man.
Hello?
And keep us down.
Who's that?
Right now, there are mutterings and rumors of a digital copy of your book floating around. Do you think it'll have as much weight as the dossier that has been kind of making its way through the state?
This digital cover that's been floating around is completely false. I did not write any sort of book. I barely read books, I'll be honest with you. Books
We
for squares.
should have you write one now, though. You might do really.
I may be crafting some sort of autobiography about my 7 NBA rings. Going for the 8th, it's going to be called. Preseason starting in a month. Copies will start at $750.
Okay, perfect. Reginald and Cohen, they are 2 individuals, semi-business owners. I think they're going through the proper DOCL channels. What do you believe, or, will you be going for that 2-for-1 offer to apply, become, students of theirs for their dojo?
Mr. Sinclair is level 72. I'm a level 113. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Barry, you kind of snuck into the courtroom today. What was your view on how the court kind of decided the final? Like, do you believe that, your coworker and friend is actually truly innocent?
Of course, I never doubted Payne. 1 second, nothing in my mind led to believe that he actually accepted a bribe, and justice was truly served here today.
What a day.
Yeah, it is nice that, you're showing camaraderie in the courtroom.
Jump up on
and
this
here
guy?
to support your friend. There was a ranking of state troopers given during the court today. I would like you to provide your top 5 of who is the best officers in your division.
Troopers. Best of 1 through 5. Okay.
Yes.
Let's start at 5. Now we have 18, so it's hard for me to be able to put them in this list. So I will go ahead and make some 0.5s in here. So we're gonna have starting at 5. I would say, oh goodness gracious, Sam Castro being at the 5. 4.5, I would assign Junior Major. 4, I would assign. Oh goodness. 4 is Kingsley. 3.5 would be. I don't want to. I don't want to do this.
Are you sure it was
No, keep
part
going.
of the ruling?
Keep going.
Is on record.
Oh goodness.
going.
What was I at? 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. We'll go Joey. I think Joey's good. At a 3.5. And then 3 to 1, I would just say me.
I wanted on note that Adam Payne is not in the top 5.
I'm not in the top 5.
Well, I said
no,
3 to
I'm
1. I
above
still have a
Cat,
0.5. I still have a 0.5 to go. And a 0.25. 0.75 and a 0.65. Preferably a 0.55. 0.25.
What's the rest of it then?
Whatever my roster says are those guys.
So I'm not even named?
You're already named. You'll go down in history.
As what number, Barry?
0.10.
What the fuck?
That's All right,
we would like to make one more statement for the media. We've been campaigning hard this year for an upcoming deputy commissioner spot. We're really working hard for Joey Solis to get that spot, and I think what he did today in court, just reaffirms his ability to be a trooper and who he is as a person. So we look forward to this campaign, and we hope we get the public support in it.
Seems like he's gonna have to go at an arm's length to get that, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
All right, can you turn that camera off real quick?
All right, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Clayton.
Thanks, Clayton. Thanks, everyone.